And we're back. Cool. All right. So I've got a couple of questions to ask. First off, who's the official captain of the ship on the papers?
So it occurs to me, like, if I'm basically a new arrival, relatively speaking, because I sort of turned up with this shuttle at some point and possibly maybe running away from some large group, then it probably doesn't necessarily make sense that I would be the captain, unless your previous captain had some sort of accident.
Oh no, I'm.
I feel like my character has obviously been a captain in the past, but can't have their name on paper for anything. So.
Wait, are we all opting out of captain? Because I don't want to be the captain.
So you might use an assumed name for.
Yeah, like. Who has their name on the ship registration? And
Not me.
Yeah, who's the actual captain?
Well,
Me.
Cool. Right.
And because given everybody's backgrounds, that Barton is probably the only character who could legally own a ship.
What? No!
Well, okay, one's an escaped clone. There's me, who I'm trying to avoid my family connections.
Well, is it possible that none of us officially own it? That one of us just has a fake ID or
someone
something?
has a fake ID.
Like,
I think. Do you just do you have a fake ID? Now, if it's a fake ID, it's not a good one because that's an upgrade. Is to have a good one.
Okay, yeah. It's George Lucas, like.
I was actually just thinking, this could almost be like, what's it called, Remington Steele.
Oh, no.
Where
TV
the
show,
girl
great
gets
TV
into the
show.
job because she. The girl gets into the job, but no one will take her seriously because she's a woman, and so she invents this fictional character that she's supposed to work for. And then, of course, the dude turns up who basically
so
plays
it all
that.
works for this fictional character who owns the ship.
Yeah. So
Ah, cool.
so we have there's a fake person who's supposed to own this ship that's never seen because they don't actually exist.
Sounds amazing.
It could be that the person's actually sort of half passed out, in a retirement village somewhere, and has no idea we've used his name on this.
Yeah. Is it? Wait,
good.
Alyssa, is it a member of your family? Is it part of Diana's
Just a
family that she
final
happens
fuck
to know
you.
will never notice?
He's
Could-
just so rich that he, doesn't notice one ship.
Who's got like 70 things on his name, and it's like, do you happen to own a patrol craft that would have been seen? Like, what? I don't know. Do I?
Yeah.
Where has my Thursday yacht gone?
He collects like vintage ships, and so he's got like 80, and he's like, I'm sure I own a patrol craft. That would be quite interesting.
All right, so
cool.
Hamish Thorne was the name on the.
Hamish Thorne is the name
Great.
of the thing. Cool. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
And that also works as a bad fake identity, because if anyone ever goes, Mr. Thorne, your ship's just been doing something super illegal, he'll go, what? It's in the garage, right?
Cool. Awesome. Hamish Thorne is the name on the papers. The other question I was going to ask was, all right. So here's the deal. Cho Tyrek is an Ashen knife, but there's a bounty out for him, and your buddy. Oh no, what's your buddy's name? Where's the Unladen swallow gone? Your buddy Arlox happens to have tipped you off on where you might be able to find this guy because no one else has been able to. Because there's a bounty out, but also the knives would like to have him back because he's walked out on a job. The guild are the ones who want him. The guild are the ones who want to who've put the engineers guild have put the bounty out for him. But like in your process of tracking him, you've also found out that there's a large Urbot. Now Urbot is, we're not allowed to say droid, so Urbot is any kind of drone or robot that has an AI core in it, so that it can have. You're supposed to get them wiped every year, but if you don't, they maybe develop a bit of personality. The difference is a drone can't make decisions. An Urbot can, because it has an AI core, no one knows how to make AI cores. They are remnants of the of the precursors, of the people who came before with all their strange technology. Warp gates,
I think that's very
warp
important.
engines, AI cores, all sorts of shit is strange, are precursor technologies that we just don't know how to recreate. So an Urbot is any robot that has an AI core in it. And so there's an Urbot that is offering a large sum of money for the safe return of both Cho Tyrek and whatever it is he's carrying. Apparently he's made off with something, but no one's quite sure what it is. And this Urbot is saying, if you bring me both. I think the Urbot is probably more concerned about the package. So my question is like why is it that you want this one so bad, right? You got information from Arlox on where to find him, which is like, tapping that contact. What is it about this one that has you particularly? Why do you want this guy? Is it just the money?
Well, I'm just going to say, why does it even matter? We have a job. Let's deliver the job.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
wait,
definitely, and it's for an ally as well. I mean, assuming
are you planning on handing him the bounty, or are you planning on giving him back to his bosses?
It's a good point. There's there's three different people we could send him to.
Yep.
Who actually put out the contract?
The contract is from the guild, the Engineers Guild.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds like you guys are most interested in picking up the most dangerous job possible, which happens to be for the guild, and then doing it to prove that you can and get the cash.
Yeah, hey, we've got to build a reputation, right?
Cool.
And it also feels that okay, so if there's a contract and it's not correctly claimed, I imagine it goes up in value, or at the very least in prestige. So if this person has has not been able to be picked up for some time, then it makes sense that if we suddenly got a lead on this person and be like, well, this is no one's claimed the bounty because it's been very hard to actually get to this person, and we now can, so we might be able to do this one pretty easy.
I mean, are the Ashen Knives
Ashen Knives. I keep mispronouncing it.
Oh, so how's it spelled? Sorry, pronounced? Ashen Knives.
Yeah.
Okay. Or at least Arlock, are they offering to pay us because we're being offered money for him from?
Okay. They'll probably pay you, but less.
Right. Okay.
But you would also be doing a job for them, which would get you reputation.
Mates rates.
You'd stop being -1 and you'd start being 0 with the Ashen Knives.
Yeah.
That could be good.
What's the Urbot offering?
So far, yeah. Okay. So he's offering money. Let me check how much money that would be.
I think I'm interested in what
he's
the
offering.
guy's
He's
carrying.
offering the same as the guild is, but you would be not handing in a bounty.
So we either increase our standing with warlords or get money from a coffee machine.
Why does the
don't tell the Urbot that.
Why does the coffee machine want this thing? Since when do Urbots need things? Maybe even if we keep this treasure, it could lead us to, I don't know, making more AI? Maybe that would be quite a satisfying thing for a clone to do.
It's not, what are you making assumptions about me? What I want here?
Saying you're a robot, and I find that really offensive.
I think I have concerns.
So I think we have it sounds
robot ethics. It's pretty real.
It sounds like the money seems to be the main thing here. So what happens? All right. So so you've jumped 2 systems and ended up in a rundown motel called Paradise on Warren, which is Warren is a moon that is entirely covered in city, So like the whole thing is
It's Warren.
yeah, right, exactly.
I'm ready.
I'm pretty sure that I think Warren is also where like the governor lives, as well as the head of the guild. It is a big city, and it is important. It's in the Rin system, which is like the closest to the core in the sector. You found a rundown motel called Paradise, which you have a lead that he's like staying in. Night has fallen. The neon lighting has kicked on. The sky above is still fading out of its like horrible yellow into a deep purple blue inky blackness. And yeah, you've positioned yourself around this motel room. You kick in the door, and you hear and like look around the motel room, and hear a crash from behind in the parking lot, and the roar of an engine starting up. A bright headlight comes streaming through the windows, and some heavy blaster fire rips through the walls. Tyrek is bolting on a hoverbike, and a tiny figure clutching to his back, and with him a tiny figure is clutching to his back, and with him goes your bounty. What do you do?
Dun dun dun.
Whose stupid idea was this frontal assault?
Mine.
I mean, here's one of the great things about this game. It allows you to do flashbacks, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
We
nice.
don't fuck around with setups. We just flashback and go, wait, no, I did this thing.
Yeah.
So how does that? Can we basically start a flashback at any time? Like, how does that work?
So if Diana wouldn't have let us do a stupid frontal assault, we can flash back and be like, what did you put in place?
Oh, okay, right.
But also, how did it go wrong? Is the
Okay, right.
Okay.
But also, wait, we have a vehicle escaping, right?
It's a hover bike. It has a big roaring engine that makes like a beautiful deep hum. It's like large and muscular and round, and has low set back handlebars.
Yeah, you know what? I didn't think I'd be doing this quite so early in the game, but apparently I'm waiting in a dark alley, and I have this whole superhuman feet thing.
All right,
I shoulder barged the hover bike into a wall.
Are we flashing back to put you in a dark alley?
Yeah, well, yes, we are. Yeah.
All right, cool.
Yeah,
In
cool.
which case, that flashback is going to cost you. I'm just finding the thing. I think it's 1 stress.
Yep.
Cool. I'm just gonna say 1 stress for now because I haven't got the sheet.
Cool.
in front
I'll
of me.
take it.
So that basically we can pay a price in stress to change the situation.
Yep, exactly that.
Okay. Cool. Yep. Sweet.
All right. Are you tackling a motorbike? Is that what's happening?
Okay, so let me just read out what
Yeah,
the
go for it.
stat says. You can push yourself to do one of the following: a feat of physical force that verges on superhuman. I am crash tackling a hoverbike.
Cool. That sounds like a scrap.
Yeah.
Well, one of you is going to turn into scrap.
All right.
I don't like working with you, and yet here I am.
Woo.
With 42 is what I need. Just so that I've got that. Flashback. 1 stress is a complex action or an unlikely opportunity, right? Like you knowing knowing that there would be an alleyway that he would go down. That's 1 stress. Cool.
Cool. Done.
Yeah. Awesome. So here, let's do a roll. Okay. So the way that this works is that you're going to roll a number of dice based on your scrap. Do you want? So you've got 3 in scrap.
Yep.
The way that it works is we take the highest that you have out of all of the dice you roll. On a 6, you are successful without any complications. On a 4 and a 5, you are successful, but there are complications. And on a 1 to 3, less great things happen. So we have to establish what. So you're spending a stress to do that, aren't you? To do a superhuman feat? Cool. Which I'm going to say is going to increase your potency. Which means that you're able, like, because I would say that you would have a limited effect, right? so with this we choose, is your situation controlled, risky, or desperate? And
Risky.
So it sounds like risky, and it sounds like because let me think about this. So it's controlled, risky, or desperate are the three situations, and the effects that you're going for, that you're going to achieve if you're successful, can be limited, standard, or great. You're not going to get great effect from this. You would normally only get standard, but by spending that stress, will say you can actually get standard effect instead of just limited. But I think that it's still risky, right? Like,
totally.
It's not desperate. You're not like charging 3 bikes, but and he's got a
which
gun.
I could do.
He's got a gun. So
but no, it's just like it's a great introduction for the character.
yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Risky.
So
go head to head. Act under fire.
With these flashbacks, is it just one character, or can I say like, Barton's going to smash down this bike, and I'm going to run after the guy who stumbles off it and try and catch him.
Like let's just play out that flashback then, right? Because like we can play out the flashback as a scene, or we can like just say I established this. So let's actually do the flashback then.
Yeah, let's explain, because it would also explain where we all are and how we got there.
Yeah, exactly. So so what does this look like? This flashback where we're deciding to put Barton in an alleyway. That's one of the things that we're going to do.
It's kind of where I live, gotta say.
So what does this flashback look like? You're on the ship making your plans.
I think it's.
Just that we haven't entered the hotel and we just arrived.
Okay, yeah. So you're outside.
I think it's like that scene.
Yeah, we're like scoping the area, being like, okay, so what could possibly happen? They're gonna jump out, so we need some people up to get them to jump out. We need some people down the bottom to like catch them as they come down.
And what I could do is find the floor manager or the room manager and possibly see if I can get access to looking at the security system, so I can find out where this person is going to potentially flee to based on looking at the security camera stuff. I might be able to talk my way in there.
If you want to be if you want to have set up so that if you want to set this up so that you can make Barton's effect more better, then you can roll for that. So are you trying to like talk to the security person? Is that the plan?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. So like the security guys. I don't think there even is a security guy, right? Like
it's a pretty shitty motel, right?
It's a shitty motel, right? There is an old lady looking Xeno sitting at the desk. She's smoking like 4 cigarettes at once, just out of this like big multi-gilled mouth.
Oh.
And she and she's wearing like she's got what is clearly like a beehive wig, because her species don't have any kind of like they're not a mammalian species, and yeah, she looks
always
up and she's
watching.
Yeah, and she's like, do you need a room?
Yeah.
And she's like, I only got a couple left. What can I do for you, love?
I think I would probably seem like I was in a very minor degree of distress and be telling her a story about looking for someone who I think is around, and if I could possibly have a look at any security cameras that are in the area.
She's like, you lost your boyfriend. We see a lot of that around here. See a lot of scumbag boyfriends, husbands, and the like.
He's definitely scum.
She's like, so yeah, if you want to sway her, then we'll do that. So again, we're gonna look at. It sounds like this is controlled, right? Like you got a handle over the situation, but at the same time, like I feel like the effect is the effect limited or standard? What do we feel?
Also, do we need to choose our loadout for this?
Oh yes, we
sure.
Let's do that now. Just everyone pick. Are you light, medium, or heavy, or whatever it is.
Quick setting question. Like, is in this setting is bounty hunting? Is it like a thing that you know people do legitimately? Like, is there you have a bounty hunting license kind of thing?
Yep.
So if it's conceivable that we're going to go collect a bounty, we would be like fully armored up and that kind of thing, and that would not be
suspicious.
That would be weird but like not illegal, I guess, or something along those lines.
I mean, if you're carrying weapons, that's a different issue. Right? Like, you have to have a license for your weapons.
Yeah, okay, cool.
I'm definitely liked because it would be a bit weird for me to play that kind of story while walking in with some sort of weaponry that's very obvious on my person.
Yeah, you would have to, that'd be a hard limit for you, yeah.
I'm going to go with standard effect because they definitely, like, it's a shitty motel. I was wondering if they had, like, really crappy, limited effect would be if they had crappy, video coverage, but they're a shitty motel. They would probably have invested in, like, make sure people don't steal shit. Like, before they invested in mattresses. So I'm gonna go the controlled. This is a controlled and it's standard.
All right.
So you, Diana, for sway. It sounds like you're swaying.
Yeah.
Cool. In which case, you should be able to just click on sway. Did you want a devil's bargain or to push yourself for any extra dice?
No, I don't think that's. I don't think that makes sense.
Cool. All right. Great. In which case,
So,
yeah. So if you just you should be able to just click sway, and then you're not doing any bonus dice or anything. Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah, it'll ask you for your action type, and it's controlled, and the effect is standard, and you're not getting any bonus dice.
Cool.
Oh, friend. So for a controlled one, you blocked or you falter. So you can either try seizing a risky opportunity or withdraw and try a different approach. So yeah, she's like, well, if you give me his name, I can check through the books, make sure he hasn't had any reservations.
Oh God. I was trying to think what's.
Because people here definitely don't stay under assumed names.
Yeah.
If he has any assumed names, tell me them too.
Okay, I can either. What did you say I could do?
Sorry. So you're blocked or you falter. Press on by seizing a risky opportunity, or withdraw and try a different approach. Right. So this isn't working. You can try and push it and do something risky, or you can back off.
I might back off. Wait, can I sneak past her as a possibility instead?
I mean, that's
back off and then try that instead.
That's at least risky. It's not desperate because she's not, because she's not, really observant. But yeah, you can back off and try again with just sneaking.
Yeah, I mean that probably makes more sense than.
And
anyway, it seems like a dumb thing to do, which occasionally works.
Yeah.
And I feel like at this point, so Barton's getting set up in the alley,
this is the moment we're finding out where we should put Barton, right? That's the question.
Yeah.
But what if I'm in the wrong spot? So what if I've just crash tackled someone who? Oh, I'm sorry, ma'am. You are not gender or species.
We'll find that out, right? Like, you haven't crash tackled anyone yet. We're back in time.
Right. Yes.
Yeah. Do you want to try and do that skulk to try and get past her?
Yeah, I'm gonna try.
If you do
it'll be...
you'll have I'm gonna go a standard effect in that you'll be in the room that you want to be in. Whether or not you can use the computers to do the thing is up to you.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't have a hack skill, so I basically have to look at what's already there most likely. But we'll see. Either way, I might try
past her first, right? Getting past her is. So yeah, this is risky.
Well, I'll give it a go anyway.
Sure.
So what's that? Skulk, position, risky.
Yep.
Effect.
Standard.
And no bonus dice.
Unless you want a devil's bargain or a. Cool. A 3 is not going to get you there, friend. Yeah. So she's like, "Excuse me, that area is for employees only.
Dang.
Can you please leave that alone? If you need to make a booking, we have some rooms. That is not one of them."
It looks so rentable.
Yeah.
I was just looking for the fromagerie.
She's like, "We don't got no fromagerie. There is one up the street." Okay.
Fucking killer. That's it. No! Get your blaster out. This is taking too long.
I mean, like, it sounds like this is not. This is
no.
Yeah.
We are daring, not brutal. We are daring, not brutal.
Yep. So, all right. So we cut back in time, right? And yeah. You know that they're going to be in this alley, right? But it's an alley, not like a. It's not the tightest bottleneck. And you're not entirely sure what kind of vehicle they'll be using, but you see a bike coming towards you, Barton. So this roll is, I think, without that proper knowledge, without that full setup.
Yep.
You can be in the alley, but it's going to be a desperate roll for a standard effect.
Can I do a flashback to assist?
How are you going to do that?
Well, okay, like I assume we're not all just gonna bust in
Someone has
and
to
like
bust the door
kick the door down, that kind of thing. Sorry?
Someone does have to bust the door down, though.
True. I assume that's not me. I suspect it might be Sam.
There are no. I think I'm the one door busting guy, and I'm in the alley.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was kind of thinking I'd be on lookout. One of the I can take with my equipment. I can take a communicator. I kind of figured I was on the opposite side of the road, just keeping an eye on things. I'm not a fighter, and so I might actually be able to, I might see this person making their escape and like let people know.
I'm gonna bust the door down.
Yep.
And
cool.
see if I can chase after at least something or someone and grab something before the rest of it jumps out the window.
I mean, nothing's jumped out the window. He was already on the bike by the time the door came down.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. He knew you were coming.
Actually, no. I'm all good with things unfolding as they are without me doing my thing.
Button try and take down this bike.
Yep.
That's what I want to see next.
Yeah, no worries.
I got this.
Button. So this is a desperate roll for a standard position. Sorry, a desperate roll for a standard effect.
So how do I do that?
All right. So you're doing. It sounds like you are doing.
Yeah, but no, like in the Roll20 system, like
yeah. I'm getting there.
You just press the stat.
So it sounds like you are doing a scrap. So please click on scrap.
Yes.
And it will ask you, is it risky, desperate, or controlled? You're going to do it is desperate.
What's magic? Is it risky or
This is desperate, because you don't know where in the you didn't know what kind of vehicle, all that sort of thing.
Yeah,
It could
because
have been
my team has let me down again. Okay, good, cool.
Oh. Wow.
Yeah, I know.
There's going to be quite a debrief after this.
Yeah, there is. All right.
Yeah, and like if you want to add bonus dice, you can talk to me about that.
All right.
So the ways you can.
Yeah, I'm pushing myself. Too stressed.
You're gonna push yourself too stressed to get an extra dice. So add one. So
yep.
when it asks you for bonus dice,
see what that roll.
So it should have asked you for if it's risky, desperate, or controlled, and then it should have asked you for if it's.
All right, sorry,
limited.
I just rolled.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
It's not coming up in mine. All right.
Okay.
Yeah, can I assist on this? Like maybe
Should I
I can run to the window and be like, that one.
But if it didn't do it, then we'll do it again. How are you assisting, Maze?
As I come through the door, I run to the window and be like, them, it's them! And shout down.
That sounds like an assist. All right. So, in which case, when you do an assist, I think they take an extra stress. Oh, no, you take an extra stress. So you take a stress, Maze, to assist, and it gives a bonus dice to
And I'm taking 2 stress.
You're taking
but
2 stress
how does
to
it
get
all
extra dice.
add in?
All right. So when you press the button for scrap, it should ask you what level it is. You select desperate. Then it should ask you what result it is, and it is standard. And then you've got 2 bonus dice. One for your
gotcha. Cool.
your own pushing, and one for maze.
2 bonus. Yep. Cool. Submit.
Hey, that's a lot of bonus dice, and you really, really didn't use them.
God damn it!
Wait, what do you mean? Sorry, I don't understand. I don't. What does that mean?
So let's have a look at. If you have a look at the rules reference on page 42, or there's a little handout in the thing. We can see for a desperate roll, on a 6 you do it. On a 4 to 5 you do it, but there's consequences. On a 1 to 3, so your highest number was a 3. You either suffer severe harm, a complication occurs, or you lose this opportunity.
You know, I was confused. I was really curious about the fact that I have a decades-long history of rolling badly, and I thought digital dice. How bad did it go?
Bow.
I kind of feel like everything that's happened so far, we're about 60 seconds away from a freeze frame, a record scratch, and so this is how we got in this shitty situation.
So I feel like what happens is Barton is like set up on like a second story like fire escape, ready to like jump down on this thing, and we just see him like jump and fall right behind this, like straight up, like right behind the motorbike as it flies past.
Yeah. Yes.
Shit. Yeah. Crap. Okay. Well.
So at that point, it's like, guys, he was too fast. He was way too fast. Like, oh my god, he was so fast.
Okay, so I'm gonna use.
I did not fall down.
I'm just going to look at Barton. I'm not going to say anything. I'm not going to have any expression. I'm just going to look at Barton. I'm going to activate my drone, my small drone that I have, and try to pursue.
All right.
Get the drone to pursue, and so we can at least find out where they're going.
Yeah, sounds good. So I'm trying to work out, so tell me about your drone. Does it have a description on there?
I'll look in the book. There's nothing on the sheet, but there might be.
No, they'll be in the book, yeah. You are a mechanic. A drone is small drone. Yeah, cool. Where is it? There should be a section for gear. Where are we? Mechanic items. Small drone. Small remote controlled drone with cameras may be able to carry something light. So yeah, do you want to use that small drone? Yes, cool, great.
I do, yep.
Cool. What are you using it for?
What am I using it for? So to follow. And actually, yeah, I assume it's not as fast as a motorbike, but I'm going to try to get it to keep up with them.
Over, buildings and stuff to try and get it faster.
Sorry, what was that?
You're going to try and go over buildings and stuff to get the fastest route.
Yeah, absolutely. Because I'm not limited to being on the road.
I feel like that's a scramble, right? You're scrambling with your drone.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, absolutely.
Up. Yeah, cool. Mm-hmm. What do you reckon? That doesn't sound risky. It sounds like you're pretty controlled, but your effect is your effect standard or limited? I think it's limited because a motorbike is quick.
Yeah. You're gonna be faster.
Yeah, so I think it's controlled but limited.
Yep. Okay.
David, can you please make sure that you have a communicator, you've ticked the communicator box because you just said you were using one. In your
good point. I do not think I did.
So you just said you had it, so therefore you have it. Good. Tick the box.
Okay, cool. Ticking a box. You guys carry on.
Yep. So do you want to roll your scramble for me?
Sure thing. So remind me what I type into Roll20.
You don't have to type anything into Roll20 on your character sheet. You should be able to click the word scramble.
Oh, of course. Yeah, sorry.
Some buttons should come up on the. It should come up with a prompt, and it'll ask you whether it's risky, desperate, or controlled. This one is controlled.
Yeah, cool.
But if it's the effect is limited, which it will also ask you for. If you want to do any, if you want to do any devil's bargains or anything, let me know. Or if you want to push yourself for stress.
No, I'm pretty happy with this as it is. So is limited effect, yeah?
Limited effect, yeah.
Yeah.
On account of you're only going to be able to get like a vague idea of where they are, not like...
Yeah.
Not you're going to know where they are, not follow them. You know what I mean?
I'm not going to find their final destination, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, hey.
Awesome.
Yay!
Cool. So on a
That's
5...
good roll.
Where is it? So on a... it would be really nice if these things came up in there. On a controlled, on a 5+, you hesitate, withdraw and try a different approach, or else do it with a minor... So you get it done, right? But a minor complication occurs. Here's the problem. You're following a motorbike and they move real fast, right? The range on your drone, it's only a small drone. I mean, you're going to be able to like keep following it and keep getting the message back from it because the relays, but it's going to leave control distance, so it's going to just start drifting.
Sure. Okay. Yeah. Cool.
So
yeah, no worries.
Yeah. So cool. Yeah. So you see, him like he goes down this alleyway and then like kicks it onto a highway, and starts like going along there, but like on the plus side, that highway only goes to one like section, and like cool. Like you know the sector of the city that he's heading towards.
Awesome.
It's a pretty high, like highbrow area. He's heading towards like a fancy part of town.
Okay.
Yeah, like lots of big glass malls and things.
Yeah, great. Okay. Well, I'm going to gesture to the others and let's start getting out of the building. There's no point in us being here now unless, this person clearly knew we were there. Yeah, and I'm going to start heading for the exit. Do we have some kind of transport, like a car or something? We need to actually have bought that with our ship.
Yeah,
as an operator, don't we?
I mean, like you could steal a car. Or you can flash back to when you rented one.
How did we?
I mean,
Good
how
point.
did we actually get there then? Like, did we take my shuttle down or?
Yeah, I assume so. You could try using the shuttle, but it's
Yeah.
cramped with 4 people.
It's what, sir?
The shuttle is pretty cramped with 4 people.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Okay.
fine.
Cool. Yeah. Cool. He's going towards the a nice-looking part of town. It's
he's heading
third sector.
He's heading to the city of glass, which is what it's like. Is what it's called, like colloquially. It's like
What's it called, sir?
It's colloquially known as like the city of glass. Because
Okay, right.
Because it's where all the drinking happens.
Okay, he's heading to the city of glass. Let's follow. Can we all fit in the shuttle?
We can.
Yeah, maybe not. I got a lot of gravel, and I'm carrying a lot of weight on this side of my face right now. So, yeah, just like you guys get in the, I'll find a vehicle.
Tash, don't you have hacks? Let's just break into a car. I've got helm, like mega helm. Let's go. Let's just go after them. I can drive
guys,
anything. If you
can we
can
just
start
pause
it, we'll go.
Acknowledge the majesty of that cat.
It's a good cat.
Hello.
Beautiful.
He's a good
So do we see everyone
cat.
pile into?
Anyway, yes.
Do we see everyone pile into a cramped shuttle, or do you steal one of the convertible hover cars sitting in the?
Yeah, let's do it. It's a cooler story if we steal a car.
Cool. Awesome. Who's stealing?
If everyone's okay with that, story direction,
Oh, you can steal a car. I'm just not going to get in it. Not for
No, that's
principle.
fine. I'll take Barton, and if the two of you take the shuttle, that way we've got air and ground covered.
All right.
Cool. All right.
Anyway, I just want to get away from the woman with the 4 cigarettes because that's kind of embarrassing.
I'm just picturing her looking out a window,
Yeah, she's just sitting out the window, being looking up at
Not again.
Yeah, she's staring up at Sampha, being like, "You're gonna pay for that."
Great, no one noticed me. That's
Maybe I could have
fantastic.
flirted with her, but like someone who can smoke 4 cigarettes probably isn't after what I'm offering.
Did you want Tash? Did you want to steal a car?
Yeah, sure.
That sounds like a hack. It sounds.
Barton, can you drive?
All right.
Because I can't. Not very well.
Okay, so what's up? Yes, I can. Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Tash,
Good.
Stealing one of the so roll for getting one of these cars. It's going to be standard effect in that you're going to get the car, but it's going to be, I don't know. It sounds risky, but not desperate.
Okay, cool. So that is hack, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean the question is like is like time, right? Like this is doing it quickly.
Yeah. Well, yeah. We want to do it pretty fast.
If you want to do it real fast, then it'd be desperate, but you get
No.
effect.
No. Okay. So risky, and it was standard effect.
Yep.
And remind me, so I can take a point of stress to get a bonus dice?
You can spend 2 stress to get a bonus dice, or someone else can spend 1 stress to assist you if they can work out how to do it in fiction.
Done.
Right.
Done.
How are you doing it?
Okay.
Assisting.
How are you
Yeah.
helping?
So she's looking for a car.
She's trying to break into one. It's a convertible. She can
Well,
sit
no.
in it.
My elbow breaks into one. She hotwires it.
Cool. Sounds good. All right.
Cool. That would reduce the time quite a lot.
Yep.
Yeah.
Great.
All right.
Awesome.
Let me tell you the time that let me tell you the story of how I got these
Guys,
scars on my
come
elbow.
on.
What am I, Nick Healy?
Oh, you didn't give your bonus. You didn't add your bonus dice.
No, I did. I don't have anything in hack,
You
so
didn't
that
have
was my
anything
only
in hack.
dice.
Oh my god!
Oh, I thought you did.
No, I've got
That's why you
rig.
tested it.
Oh no, I've got rig. Yeah.
Oh my gosh! So yeah, what happens is
Why are
you
you
bash
doing this?
the, you break the window, right? And then you turn about to Tash, and Tash goes, and you're like, and now you hotwire it, and Tash goes, yes.
About that. I don't know how to do that. Sorry, Barton.
I just peer out of the shuttle and just kind of stare.
You're good at this.
Thank you. Okay, let me try something, and then we waste a bunch of time.
Yeah, right.
Trying to
What you
hotwire
managed
it.
to do is make it stop
Move
hovering.
along.
Well done.
We what? Sorry.
Let's see
you
what
fill with
everybody
some
else
wires
can
and
do.
it goes,
'cause-
Doom.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think
This is not
I've,
our funnest
like,
moment.
At this point, I want to
rushed
point out
down-
that like that like some people are like that like the woman has gone inside and you hear like someone you hear on the phone being like, yeah, now they're breaking into a car. They're breaking into a car, but they're not very good at it. You've probably got plenty of time. And like you can hear sirens in the distance.
How far away is the shuttle at this
Just
point?
go and get in the shuttle. It'll just be slower with 4 of you.
Yeah. If the
I
shuttle's
think-
still there, I'm getting in the. Let's get in the shuttle.
I wish
No,
I'd taken
no
5
way.
minutes.
I think Diane and I are already in the shuttle. I think
yeah,
I would
I
like
think so.
run down, grab Diane, run to the shuttle, and be like, I bet I can make this baby go fast.
Nice.
And set into the comms like, hey, good luck with the car. I'm gone.
and then over the comms, you hear the window smash and a boom.
Yeah, right.
Like if your
So you
instinct was
just
to leave them
put it in
behind,
like
that
is
works
that
really
what's
well
happening?
for me.
All right, so okay, cool. So Sampha and Diana are fucking off without you. Do you want to roll the fuck off? It's a helm check.
Oh yeah, don't worry. And by the way, Tash, I'm like, stay on the comms. Tell us where they are. All right. Helm.
In the city of glass.
Don't worry, given everything that's happened so far, I'm sure with your incredible helm skill, you'll still roll all 1s.
Yeah. Well, do you want to help me, Diane, or are you just like, meh?
I don't have any helm skill at all. Like I
You
can
don't need
basically
you just
fly
need-
to
you
get
need
somewhere, and
explain
that's
how
it.
you're helping.
Yeah. All right.
I mean, I'm sure you could unlock the car instead of smashing the window. Does that help?
I'm not going to help. I'm not helping them. I'm in the
I was
shuttle.
helping you
so.
fly.
Oh, the shuttle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's
You
what's
can
your
have-
helm skill?
2.
I don't think there's much I could do except possibly like I don't know.
Maze, you can
underneath-
also just push yourself and spend 2 stress to like get an extra
yeah.
dice.
All right, sweet.
Now you can either. So all right, this is going to be. You're taking off without them, so it's not desperate. It's only risky. This is like to try and keep up with the other people. If you'd been waiting for your friends, it would have been desperate. However, it's limited effect, right? You're only going to be able to trace them to the Glass City. So by pushing yourself, spending 2 stress, you can either give yourself an extra dice or change the effect from limited to standard.
And what would standard give? Just be
You'd
like,
be able to like
where
know
they
the
are.
building or at least complex that they go into. You'd be able to tell them.
All right. Let's change it to standard. I don't think another dice is going to help my roll.
All right, cool. So yeah,
Love that optimism.
It's risky and standard.
Cool. Risky, standard, no bonus dice.
No
Cool.
bonus dice, no.
Submit.
4. We could have done a 3. Well done, team.
You didn't scrape my shuttle.
All right. I mean, yeah. So, like, here's the thing. What does the shuttle look like? I'm gonna get Alyssa. This is your stolen shuttle. What does it look like?
Well, I mean, it's something that I actually managed to escape in. So I would imagine it's kind of this like slightly overpowered shuttle that's not built for comfort so much as the fact that it can actually travel through space, at least enough that like I was able to escape in it in the first place.
Yeah.
So I imagine it's basically a bunch of engines and flight controls that happen to have a seat and some pressurized stuff attached to it. So
it's just some engines attached to like a pill shape, right? Like.
Yeah, more or less. Like I imagine it's kind of. It probably has a standardized fitting because it sort of docks in with normal ships, or it's there instead of an escape pod type area. So it probably has a, I don't know, roughly sort of cylindrical shape.
Yeah. So this thing makes a horrible like ripping noise as it kicks the engines in way faster than it's supposed to.
Yeah.
So like you're like, let's punch it, and I get the feeling of like Diana being like, no, don't do that, and then like it goes like woof off into the air way faster than it should, and like, I mean, you're gonna tail them, you're gonna work out like you're gonna see like which like complex or buildings they're going into. However, that is definitely the smell of smoke coming from those engines. That's just not a good thing.
Flooded it.
Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly.
I'm glad we chose daring instead of professional, because we're not.
Yeah.
I don't think any of us ever seriously considered calling ourselves professional.
All right, let's take a quick break there, and then we'll come back to it. Because.
Oh, by the way, thinking about what the shuttle's interior would look like, I'm kind of imagining that it's a 2-seater. But then you've got, how you've got those crappy cars that you can sort of squeeze into the back that have almost like half-size seats.
Yeah.
I imagine the bit behind there could fit 2 or 3 people if they were small, but you've got no leg room, and it's generally used for like my luggage or
intimate.
trying to.
Exactly. Yep. All right, let's take a quick break as you hurtle towards the City of Glass, and we'll be back shortly.
Don't say that. That's a bad phrasing. Don't say that.